Hello everyone! Hey, welcome to another episode of The Front. As always, you can check out the website at leadtheteam.net for free sales training, for motivational content, and for leadership tips. And if you would, cruise on over to Lead the Team TV and subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is, well, right here today. Hit the little bell notification icon so you get notifications when I'm either going live like this or when I'm uploading new episodes. So today on The Front, I'm going to be talking about how you have to be open-minded to grow the most right now on The Front.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams, The Front.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join me today. My name is Mike Phillips and I will be your host. This is The Front. And as I mentioned, we're talking about how you must be open-minded to grow the most. Now, I often think about what our biggest challenges are when it comes to learning and growth and to be further forward tomorrow than where we are at today. And I think one of the most important traits that allows for us to move forward like that is to have, one, a growth mindset, and two, have an open mind in general, just having an open-minded in our approach. So first, let's define what being open-minded is. Open-minded is being willing to consider other people's ideas. It's being willing to consider new ideas. It's being unprejudiced in how we approach our current state of being, right? You have to be willing to consider what other people are sharing with you. And here's a big one. Being open-minded is caring enough about yourself to listen to others, even when what they're telling us does not coincide with what we think we want to do. If it doesn't coincide with where we think we want to be right now, and certainly when it's something that we may not want to hear. So here's why I'm sharing that, because often we may ask others and ask people for advice, but then we fail to accept what it is that they have to offer. And it's especially when it doesn't coincide with what we think we want, right? I said that a moment ago. Like, if it doesn't fit in what our model of the world is, if it doesn't fit with how we are, then even though somebody may offer genuine and caring advice, we may be unwilling to listen. And sometimes it's not that we're truly asking for advice, but sometimes we're asking for, we're asking to come from a place that we want that person to reinforce what it is that we're already doing. Like, hey, how do you think I'm doing at this? And we want them to come back and say, oh man, you're doing great. You're doing fantastic. Man, you couldn't be doing a better job, right? So often when we ask that, it's because on the surface, we want to hear that we're doing the right thing and that what we're doing is good enough. So just keep in mind, the people that care about us most, the people that have real integrity and real friendships with us are the ones that will care enough to be absolutely and critically honest with us. They're the ones that will be, as we like to say, brutally honest, right? They'll tell us the truth, whether it's good, it's bad, it's ugly. When we're doing the right things, they'll tell us we're doing great. When we're doing the wrong things, they're willing to tell us that we're blowing it. They're saying, stop it. You should not be doing that because you're gonna break something. You're not handling it correctly. Those are the people that care enough to tell us, and sometimes when they're coming from that place of deep caring, it opens our eyes, right? Sometimes it gives us that introspective view to say, okay, yeah, maybe what they're saying is correct, but you have to be able to approach that with an open mind up front. So now, again, if you're watching this live, thank you so much. I've got a couple of people that are watching live right now. If you're watching it later, thank you. I hope you're getting something out of it. Make sure that you share the video, you know, give a thumbs up, participate in the comments that are down below there. I would love to carry on the conversation either right now or certainly afterwards. If you have something that you say, hey, Here's how I've approached something. Here's the question that I've asked to be able to get really good answers. Share that in the comments down below. I know I'm kind of breaking up. I get off in these different directions. My mind fires in all these various ways. Anyway, you have to be willing, when we're talking about being open-minded to grow, you have to be willing to at least consider, if you're asking someone for advice, you have to at least be willing to consider what it is that they are offering you. Genuinely play through what the potential outcomes are in your mind, right? Or play through it on paper. Sit down with them and strategize. You know, if they're going to give you that advice, sit down with them and give them a moment. Say, well, how do you see this playing out? Because, you know, sometimes some of our best ideas, some of my best ideas, some of your best ideas have probably come from other people. And so if you're not willing to consider the advice that is being given to you, if you step back and you realize, yeah, I was just asking from a place I wanted to hear that I was doing the right thing, then you're probably not coming from that spot of open-mindedness, and you're not going to have an opportunity to grow. Let me give you an example. If you asked your best friend or your spouse, if you said, hey, listen, I'm curious, tell me something that absolutely annoys you, something that just drives you insane about me. What is it that I do that annoys you? Now, if you're asking that question, you better mentally be prepared to accept the answer, because I will tell you without hesitation, if you're asking somebody that's close to you, they already know the answer. They already are prepared to tell, oh, you want to know what annoys me about you? Here, let's go, right? And realistically, you probably know the answer also, right? You probably know, like, this is the toothpaste cap thing. It drives, you know, my spouse insane. Now, you probably already know that, but you have to be asking a question like this truly from a place that has you willing to grow, truly from a place that you're coming from an open mind, and otherwise you will reject whatever answer they give you. And I'll give you a tip. It's not going to change anyway. Whatever is frustrating them, whatever is annoying them about you, it's not going to change. They already know. Right? They just feel that you can't handle the truth, so they're being cordial and they're being polite and they're not coming right out and telling you. So as I'm coming to a close here, because I try and keep these under about 10 minutes so that we can transfer them to a podcast and you can listen to them anywhere. When you're running your errands, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, get you anywhere. As I'm coming to a close today, if you want to grow, you have to come from a place of open-mindedness and ask really good questions. And when you ask really good questions, then you have to be prepared to just accept really good answers when they're given to you. So that's my whole message today on the front. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join me. If you joined me live, awesome. Really, really appreciate it. If you're joining afterwards, please share down below in the comments. Participate in the comments. You know, like the video. Give it a thumbs up. Share in the comments some good questions that you've asked of yourself to open up your mind, right? So that you can get to a place of confidence and growth. I would really love to carry on the conversation with you after the live stream today. So thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, I'm doing this every Wednesday and Sunday. Sunday, I'm just picking a time that works, and I'm going live or sometimes uploading a video. Wednesdays, I'm going to be doing live leadership lessons. I'm going to be interviewing other people that are in leadership roles starting at 7:05 Eastern. This Wednesday is going to be the first one. So I look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have an absolutely fantastic day, everybody. Talk to you soon.